media. Blockchain news, crypto crews and interviews, keeping you tuned in to the ecosystem.
Hello and welcome to Core Radio. Today we are starting a new series. We're going to call it the Crypto Quickie. It's been a while, so we're starting a whole new series of Crypto Quickies. Every week I will come to you with some updates on some coins that Core Media participates in, we're partners with, and some other news in the coin world. So today we have Waves. Waves is I don't know about you guys. Have you seen the market? Jesus Christ, $1,050 for a Bitcoin. So awesome. So awesome. All right, actually, let's get started with the shitcoin of the week, huh? Pure Vids. Pure Vids. And, I know shitcoin sounds derogatory, but it was actually a great idea, and I loved it. And, if you guys took a look at when I first announced it on my Twitter, you probably would have gotten in at 350. At the moment, it's being dumped. Apparently, there were two developers, and one of them had a difference of opinion as far as anonymity is concerned and how the technicals work with it, and decided to go his or her own route. And I don't know what to say about that. Apparently, the market did not like that very well. And as soon as they announced that on Bitcoin Talk, boom, it went from, I think it was like 2,000 to 700 to like 500. So it's a great idea. Worked over torrents, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, I've been watching movies on it constantly. That's why I like it. I like watching movies. But it's a great concept. Take a look at it when you get a chance. It's called Pure Vids. VIDZ is the symbol. It's trading on Cryptopia and the Obit and CSEX. And it was a great idea. I don't understand why they had to split apart in order to, if they had a difference of opinion, they could have made it work somehow. But yeah, that's why it crashed. So it looks like confidence is coming back, though, little by little. I mean, overall, what's happening is, the other dev is making their own coin, and now she or he, I don't know if it sounds like a she to me, but they're going to be trading at a 1-to-1. They're going to be swapping the coin. So if you own Vids, you'll be able to swap it for the new idea from this other dev, and she'll be accepting, a swap for Vids for the new coin. And whatever gets swapped also gets burned. So the Vids are going to get burned for the new coin. And then on top of it, whatever, I think the dev has Asphyxia, the one that broke apart, the one that wanted the divorce. Her name is Asphyxia. Sounds like a girl to me. And she is going to burn 7 million coins. So overall, the vid supply is going to go down. So I'm not seeing a bad thing. And the original plan is still going forward with the new dev. Problem is, the new dev doesn't talk. Not the new dev, the original dev. It doesn't talk very much, and that's the problem here. There's no communication, just 1 or 2 posts a day on the Bitcoin Talk forum. And honestly, just because, Lutz, I gotta say it. How do I know it's not the same dev? I don't know that. It's been bothering me. It's like, how do I know they didn't come up with the story of 2 devs and one splitting up, and it's the same guy just doing another thing. Now I heard that the one that wanted the divorce wants to do another ICO for the new coin idea. Guys, just be careful out there. Needless to say, I made a nice profit. I was selling all the way up. So that is your shitcoin of the week. Next week we'll look at another shitcoin. But it actually, forget the coin. Just go to purevids.net and via purevidz.net and watch some movies. It's actually pretty cool. I mean, there's no ads, there's no pop-ups. Normally you get those streaming sites, and there's pop-ups and these back pop-ups that pop up in the back of the browser, and you got to block the scripts and disable the flash. So check it out; it's pretty cool. And let's see what we got. Some new news on Waves, Waves platform. Waves platform is going to be blockchain's crowdfunding platform. Now, decentralized crowdfunding has a lot of other uses. Definitely look into it. This week, what they're going to do is they're going to distribute it. They're going to distribute Bitcoin tokens. So their newest gateway, they're going to open up the gateway for Bitcoin. And when they do that, they're going to distribute Bitcoin tokens to everybody that owns their other coin, which is a Waves community token. So everyone got some. Whoever owns Waves is getting Waves community token every month at a rate of 10%. So it's going to go on for the next 8 months. This coin allows you to vote. It's going to be part of the whole voting system. So having them will be important. It's going to work like also the other function. It's going to be like, I don't know if you guys remember NXT Venture. You guys remember that? I don't know if you guys know about that or you've been in it, but it's going to work like that. Any new crowd funds that start on the Waves platform will be able to give a portion to all the holders of Waves community token. Now, with that being said, that's another good reason to hold it. And the Waves community token is now trading on Tidex. Yes, Tidex.org, I think, or .com. Let me take a look here real quick. Tidex is pretty cool. It's got 0 fees, which is the coolest part about it. Tidex.com. Kind of sounds like a laundry detergent. Tidex is trading with 0 fees. Right now, there's only a few coins on it at the moment. It will be released next week. It'll go live next week, this website. So right now, it's in a beta stage. And if you are good at testing and finding bugs, or a developer in any way, I would suggest you jump on it and try to find some bugs, because they're offering bounties. So if you go into the Wave Slack and you go into the Tidex channel, you'll see people testing this website, Tidex.com, this platform. And if you find any bugs, you'll get a bounty in Waves. So that's a cool thing. And did I mention that Tidex works on Waves? It is Waves' decentralized platform. I'm pretty sure it's decentralized. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But this is a trading system on the Waves platform. It's beautiful. It's actually a beautiful website. I'm very impressed by how beautiful the website is. It's like simple, like Google. It's really nice. And we got here World Waves Community Token, which is trading also on Tidex. Waves is trading on Tidex. And speaking of trading, Incent is now live on Cryptopia. Incent now has an exchange, fellas. I know a lot of you have been going to the Open Ledger, and it's not very friendly. That's the problem with Open Ledger. You get used to it. You'll get used to it, but it's not a friendly platform. It works okay, but a lot of us like the ease of use with the decentralized platforms, and Tidex looks like a great decentralized platform. So when this goes live next week, I urge you guys to jump on it and try it. Right now, it's only got about 8 coins. It's brand new. I'm sure they'll be filling up very soon. So yeah, next week, guys. 0 fees, and I think that's about it. With with that the Dex. Oh, I heard the Dex is in testing right now. They're I guess in the wallet exchange it will be out pretty soon. So I did see a little hike in the price from last couple days. That's probably what's causing it. And yeah, that's it. Sasha's doing a great job. I urge you guys to jump on and ask questions. There's a lot of community members in the Slack that are more than willing to answer questions. You have MX, you have Carl Carlson. These guys are there to help you. So jump in and take a look. I don't know if you guys know this. Komodo is now trading on exchanges. So it is backed. It is SuperNet. This is SuperNet. So I don't know if you guys remember on the NXT platform, they were assets, SuperNet assets, and they were. It was really hard for people to trade that. I mean, NXT is one of my favorites. I mean, still is one of my favorites. Unfortunately, they had to do that Ardor thing, but it was an asset, and now it is now a real coin. It's a coin called Komodo. Originally, it was Bitcoin Dark, and now there was some type of swap also from Bitcoin Dark to Komodo. If you're interested, take a look at the new wallet. Version 0.03 is out. It just launched. It already has 15 different coins in there. It works like Shapeshift, guys. So it's actually really cool. So it's not exactly an exchange, but it's one of those Shapeshift like services where you could send one and get another one. So that's really cool. I'd like to see some support for people who own websites, where they could easily embed it into their site, as a way of making an exchange right on the site. It's trading on the exchanges. It is now on an exchange, and I heard, don't quote me on this, but it's going to be on more exchanges. That's just an insider scoop right there. There's going to be more exchanges. I don't know what they're going to be, or maybe I do, but they said not to say. So I would keep an eye on that. Once it gets on other exchanges, it kind of opens up more of a crowd for it puts it out there more. It reaches more people because people stick to their favorite exchange. Not many people use 3-4 exchanges daily. They like to stick to Bittrex or their Polo, or they like to stick to CSEX, well, whatever the hell they like, right? So getting out there on all the markets is very important. I know there's some technologies out there which I was involved with. They were waiting for the decentralized exchanges and waiting. You can't wait. You can't sit there and say, because people lose interest. You have to get it on the exchanges and get it active and get people excited. Even if you just do it temporarily until the decentralized exchanges come out. But you have to be everywhere. That's like part of marketing. You gotta get yourself out there and put yourself everywhere. Kind of like when you're finding a job, right? So I think there's a trading contest also. If you guys want to take a look at the Komodo Twitter, go to the Twitter. By all means, follow it. And there's a contest for 2,500 Komodo coins. And I think it's for trading on the new exchange. So there's something going on with that. Check it out. And also, I don't know if you guys remember Free Market. You guys remember Free Market? I had an interview with them. You can check out my interview with Knuckles. He's him and it's him and someone else. I forgot his name. Blackie Black, and they're in charge of Free Market, and it was it's kind of like Open Bazaar, but they say it's better. It might be. I think it just works differently. It's fully decentralized marketplace, and they will be live in beta in 2 weeks. So that might be something you might want to look into. It's pretty exciting if you know about it. It's actually a really cool type of a decentralized marketplace. It does have its competitors. Open Bazaar for one, Syscoin for another one, right? But it's cool. Look, we're expanding. There's people doing more and more things these days. It's getting pretty cray. So while we're on the Komodo news over here, I want to tell you guys that I did an interview with JL777. Now, I know it's rare and it's unheard of, but it was crazy. I had to connect to I2P, 9 different VPNs connected to my neighbor's internet, and but we got it. I got an interview with him, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna play a clip of it now, and let's see here. 1 second. All right, and so we're live. We're live with James, right? And just wanted to ask, how many hours do you put in working on SuperNet a day? So how many hours do you put in working on SuperNet a day?
It used to be 16 hours per day, 7 days per week, but this year I am reducing my hours to 8 to 12 per day and 5 to 6 days per week.
What vision do you have for SuperNet? Where do you see it going?
I would like to see everyday people able to use the new electronic money, aka crypto, as easily as credit cards.
All right, so how do you see mainstream adoption to SuperNet? For example, how would Jose use this to help himself?
Really, most people are already using electronic money. It's just centrally controlled fiat in electric form. So changing that form to the decentralized crypto can theoretically happen with a minimal amount of end-user visible changes, making that theoretical possibility practical. That is the role of SuperNet.
All right, well, it's a good role. Are there any more plans for the initial SuperNet coin, like Vericoin or VPN coin, which, were all really good projects in the past? And Vericoin's still going. Doug Pike is still doing his thing.
Unfortunately, the collaboration with other coins was just too difficult to achieve. Each coin is busy with all of its own goals, and to be adding to that did not become practical.
Okay, so it wasn't practical, but in the beginning, I believe you did a swap for their coins, right? Do you still hold the initial 10% of any of the coins that were exchanged? Back in the day when people had to, wanted to participate with SuperNet and get involved, it was like the latest craze.
There is a misconception about that. SuperNet purchased the stakes for the core coins, usually on the open market. Over the years, we have gradually changed positions, mostly into newer generation coins, though for some, we still have the original stake we acquired. Supernet.org/nav.php has a relatively current set of balances.
All right, so the way I see it, Waves platform is building a similar platform with similar goals to SuperNet. What are the differences? In my view, I could see people using SuperNet for anonymity and Waves for normal KYC regulation use. So you could have one, for the anonymous platform doing all the same things, and one for, a more legit platform.
The issue for token-based is that it is a token and not the real thing, so the conversion to and from the tokenized form needs to be understood. I have helped Waves with an MGW-style gateway, so it can be a distributed solution that converts the decentralized token. By using the native coins, there's no third party needed to issue assets or redeem them, as you are always dealing directly with the actual coin. The issue for token-based is that it is a token and not the real thing, so the conversion to and from the tokenized form needs to be understood. I have helped Waves with an MGW-style gateway so it can be a distributed solution that converts the decentralized token. By using the native coins, there is no third party needed to issue the asset or redeem it, as you are always dealing directly with the actual coin. However, the protocol for doing automatic swaps between chains requires half dozen total transactions versus a single one using a tokenized platform.
What I'm saying is, do you see a possible cooperation between the two technologies in the future, you and Waves, allowing for Waves to go on and vice versa?
There can certainly be a bridge between the two platforms depending on the Wave MGW implementation. It could be something that is very immediately available, i.e., imagine a Wave MGW that supports KMD.
Yes, I can, giving each other the benefits of both platforms. That's fantastic. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That was the quick interview with JL777. He will be coming on more often. It takes a lot to get him in, and he's super anon, so we have to take all precautions here, right? Unfortunately, there's no precautions with me because everybody knows who I am. But I appreciate everybody coming today. This is a Crypto Quickie. I don't want to make it too long. Just a few minutes. Boom, boom, boom. I give you the lowdown on what's going on. And I'm going to be coming out with these very often, more than twice a week. And maybe I'll get a regular schedule. But, at this point, you could just play the replays. I mean, I'll just announce it. You could play it at your own leisure. You don't have to listen to it live. I know a lot of other radio broadcasting stations, they tout about going live. I'm live all the time, technically. I just don't announce it. You know my station. If you just so happen to be listening, sometimes you'll just catch it when I go live. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Crypto Quickie. And this is Lutz signing out. Later, fellas.